What's going on, YouTube? I am back. It is Coily Charnel, and we are doing a hair update. So as you guys know, I've had two styles that I've already done thus far on my channel, which are the clip-ins and the Afro. And this is a part of my Afro Chronicles series. So I wanted to give the update because I am about to change my hair again to my third look for this whole series. So I wanted to make sure I do a thorough review of the hair that I've worn thus far. And the reason I'm doing the video together, excuse me, is because I wouldn't need to do a separate video for the clip-ins simply because of how I thought about them and the things I experienced while I was wearing them. And then since I already still have the Afro in here, that's why I'm looking like a little mushroom off of Mario. You know, telling my age here, but if y'all play Mario, y'all know what the little mushrooms look like. That's what I'm looking like with this bonnet on. But so that way I can get you two reviews in one. If you have any questions, as always, drop them below. I'll always answer them to the best of my ability. But let's just get into it. These are the clip-ins, okay? These are the clip-ins. And let me see if I can pull them apart. I want to say this because I don't want to deter people, but I want to be honest because I'm always going to give you guys my most honest reviews and 100% of what I think about products. Keep in mind, these are synthetic hair clip-ins, okay? Look like this. And I wore these, honestly, probably about like a week and a half. It's so funny for me because I'm that person where I can leave my hair alone when I'm completely happy with it, when it's not bothering me, when it's not doing anything crazy. This was, like I said in my video, this was the first time I've ever worn clip-ins. So my hair, the only amount of hair that I had left out was like a small perimeter around my whole head. So either I wore bangs in my face or I wore the hair back. These clip-ins, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give them a smooth 6.5. The reason I feel that way is, now, like I said, guys, when you wear synthetic hair, it's always wise to put your hair up in a pineapple or some kind of way that it's not rubbing on itself because it will fuzz up, which is what it did here. So sometimes you'll see some of these are cut because some of these were placed in the front. So like these are cut because this was close to the front of my head. They were cute in you know, they served their purpose, but they did begin to tangle. Now, I did not comb or brush this hair or anything like that. I did a little minor brushing and teasing, and that could have been my own fault, but like I said, I like my hair big. So what began to happen is, even with me sleeping with my hair in a pineapple, the hair would stick to itself while in my head. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, let me try for a couple days taking the clip-ins out at night and then putting them back in the morning. The only thing with that is if you cut the hair, you have to know exactly where you put them in your head for you to get the same look, for you to get the same kind of volume that you had, same style and everything. Now for the pieces that were larger, that was easier, obviously, but the pieces that were cut and that were multiples, it was kind of hard. Like this is cut up, this is cut, and I have a couple other pieces, like I said, that are cut like this. So this was cut, and stuff like that. I didn't wash these. Obviously, these are clip-ins. These are synthetic clip-ins. So they would do, and this is what I'm trying to show you. They would stick to each other. And I don't know if it's because of the type of texture the hair is, which is supposed to be like a coily Afro kind of texture, but they did stick to each other, and they stuck to each other like a decent amount. So did they last? So the top things that I want you to get from the clip-ins are, will they serve a purpose, or about, can you at least get a week or 2 weeks of longevity? Yes. I would recommend taking them out at night, or when you put them in, don't tease them, don't manipulate the texture, because since it says synthetic hair, and these I think were like $10, you get what you get. Meaning that these are not going to last you forever. So I wouldn't manipulate them, I wouldn't tease them. The second thing is, like I said, you can probably wear these for about 2 weeks. You probably can even extend it to 3 weeks, even a month if you have to, with proper care. The color was great. I love the color of them. They look really, really good. I love the volume and the style that it gave me. The price was great. Like I said, I think I spent maybe, I think between $10 and $20 for these. It could be, I'll put the exact price down there, but the main things, price between 20 and 20 bucks, maybe even, yeah, 10 and 20 bucks. Longevity, depending on proper care, you can probably get about 2 weeks at the least to a month, or maybe even longer depending on what you do to them. Don't manipulate them, and make sure you take them out at night, sleep them up in a pineapple. But just like I said, please be aware that they will kind of like intertwine with each other, and you may have to pull them apart, because I did experience that while they were still in my head. So yeah, those were the clip-ins. So next we're going to talk about this afro, this luscious afro that I still have in, that I have loved, and oh, luscious. Matter of fact, that's the phrase. This is our phrase, family. This is our phrase. When hair looks good, when it's popping, when it's everything, do you see this luscious? That is the phrase. So, no further ado. This is, my mirror's over here. Okay, so this is the fro. And people were wondering how I got it to look like this. I have a headband on. So literally just get a headband, a scarf or something, and you put it around it, and that's how you get it to sit up high. Now, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would wholeheartedly give this hair a smooth 10. Like honestly, from the price to the color to the texture to the weight to everything, I haven't had a problem with this hair at all. None at all. And I was very rough on this hair just so I can make sure I give a thorough review. So let me put it down so you guys can see its full glory. Hold on. This is what it looks like now. And as I said, I've now, since having it in for about a month, honestly, I think it's been in about a month. I just cut some a couple days ago just to give me some more bangs, like right here in the front. That's why it's like right above my eyebrow and, you know, shaped around my face. But I'll turn around too. This is it. So this is it in its full glory. Let's just start from the very beginning. Does this hair shed? Only when you cut it. I had very minimal, what I like to call pull-offs, which is when you have pieces like this that are like kind of straggly until they start getting older. So minimal pull-off, minimal, and very to no shedding until you cut it. The next thing is, obviously, I could keep wearing this because I've gotten tons of compliments or received tons of compliments. More so when it looks like this, to even when I first got it, I, received a bunch of them. So obviously I'm doing something right. The only thing that's different, and I'll insert a clip probably over here, just insert it, but the hair is more afro-like now than it was when I first put it in, when it kind of had the little sections. And I'll show you, like I said, you'll see it in there. You'll see it in the clip that I insert. It kind of had the little sections with the little curls at the end. As you can see, those curls have kind of fuzzed up and like expanded. I did some minor pulling apart of those when I start getting older, but that's the only thing that's really changed, is that they're no longer that little twist out looking sections. It's more so boom, it's a fro, which Didn't bother me in the first, and obviously didn't bother other people, because I've had stylists come up to me, ask what I do to make my hair grow so long and so thick. I've had men and women say, oh girl, I love your hair. Oh, you out here killing it. Da, 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 da. I'm soaking it all up. Like, yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, yes, it's mine. I bought it. But that ain't their business. But, you know, I loved it. This is what my hair looks like in the front. So if you guys remember in the video, I told you that your braids, because I didn't add any hair, that your braids would eventually start pulling back. This is what I mean. So my edges aren't, you know, don't have the luxury of being curly. I have coily, you know, hair. So this is what happens to my edges in the front. They just fuzz up. I have been taking out some little sections of this hair in the front when I feel like my braids are kind of getting a little weaker. So that's why this is farther back on this one and here, just so I can make sure I'm protecting my hair while it's wearing this, because these are protective styles. These are not meant to be permanent solutions. So let's cover the main 5 things. Color still looks bomb. This hair does react to the elements outside, because it did kind of fuzz and frizz up when it was really, really hot. Like I said, I live in Georgia, so we had some days where it was like 80, 90 degree heat, high humidity. And at the time, my boyfriend was coaching football, so I was out in the football field almost every day. So, or at least 3 to 4 times a week with this hair out, or I had it up in like the pineapple, or not pineapple, the headband thing. So, see, color, longevity, like I said, I've been wearing this as crochet for about a month. If you make this on a wig cap, honey, I could easily say that this can last you 3 to 6 months with proper care. Taking it off at night, putting it back on your mannequin, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I was rough on the hair. I slept with it up. I slept with just in a bonnet. I slept with it just in a scarf. Some days I just slept on it to make sure that I'm doing all the work to make sure that you guys are informed when you get ready or you decide to purchase this hair. Tangling, minimal. You know, like I said, the pieces at the end look like this, where it has a little curl. And you can either pull them apart, and they pull apart quite easily, and you can pull them apart 2 or 3 times, and that gives you even more volume. Or you can leave them. Like, I'm trying to find one that I didn't pull apart. Well, it's kind of hard now, because I think I pulled a lot of them apart, but yeah. Styling wise, you will have unlimited styles with this hair. Whether you wanted to do how it is right now, you can do a full-blown middle part like this. You can part it on the side like this. Literally wear it like that, and if it sticks up too much, get you a pat it down like that. You can part it on the other side. Like this. Throw some behind your ear if you feel like it's too big. Do it that way. You can even put a bobby pin on the sides and do like a fro hawk. I didn't do that because, like I said, my sides didn't slick down like I like them to. So I didn't do this style, but if your hair does, go for it. Do it that way. You can put it all up like I've done and like I had it on before. You put it all up, put a headband on, half up, half down. The styling capabilities with this hair are completely endless. Like, it's completely up to you and what your braiding pattern is. So you get a versatile braiding pattern, then you can easily do versatile styles with this hair. Price was great. I think I spent 20 bucks on this hair. So this is what $20 looks like. See, I covered price, I covered color. They have a variety of colors for this hair too. So depending on who you buy it from, you can get a variety of colors with that. Versatility, we talked about that. Hair care. All you need to do is put this hair up in a pineapple. That's it. Since it is synthetic hair, it's going to eventually get bigger, and you know, if you pick it apart like I did, it's going to look like this. If you don't pick it apart, you'll be fine if you don't want it this big. Like I said in my last video, I use 2 packs. You don't need 2 packs if you don't want your hair this big. You could easily pull apart one package because it comes in thirds, and just keep pulling it apart and pulling it apart and putting it in that way. Like I said, overall, I think this hair is a 10. I absolutely love it. If I didn't have to redo my braids under here, I would probably still wear this hair. Would I purchase this again? Absolutely. Would I purchase the clip-ins again? Probably not. And that's nothing against company or anything like that. That's just my personal preference. That's why I'm doing this, you know, to keep you guys informed, show you what I'm doing. But like I said, I love it. I love this hair. I still love this hair. I'm kind of salty. I gotta take it out. But I think that's everything. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share the videos with your friends, and tag me on Instagram so I can see how you did your styles. But as always, stay you, stay beautiful, and stay on budget. Bye.